Welcome to the Temple of Miracles Monday night candle service. We're now witnessing the live video of the candle service on Monday nights. In the frame, you have the temple and the priestess doing the offerings to Papa Eligwa. We have the temple trustees also doing the offerings to Papa Eligwa. Temple of Miracles is situated in Bangalore in Koramangala. The temple is open on all 7 days of the week, Monday to Thursday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sundays from 3:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Temple of Miracles is the first Yoruba temple in India.
So my name is Sheelaa Bajaj and I'm 43 and I was born and brought up in Bangalore, lived all my life here, and what I do is for the last a little over 2 decades I've been guiding and mentoring people spiritually. I started my journey as a healer. I started my journey when I was in school out of curiosity, doing healing for myself, and basically started with myself and eventually went to healing other people. But it all started with curiosity. It was not, a gift that was given to me. And the interest just grew because I started getting more insights on, it's like when you open a Pandora's box and you discover some khazana, then you kind of go deeper into it. So healing is something like that. When you start getting more information, then you start getting intrigued by it. So I got deeper and deeper and deeper into it, and eventually learned tarot, started guiding people in a more structured way because I felt just getting psychic messages was not structured. So I wanted a more structured way. So I learned tarot and then started reading for people where I give guidance through the cards. Eventually learned a whole lot of modalities and disciplines like feng shui, vastu, all of the esoteric modalities, numerology. So I kind of looked at my work as, like a jigsaw puzzle. But it all started as, a hobby. For the longest time I was in denial that, this is what I do as a profession. So this is where my journey started. Spirituality was always something that, was, it's like that one thing that you kind of go back to or you like. It's almost like, I like music, but that's not what I do full time. It's like that. So it's kind of like a hobby, the word hobby that, we talk about. So it wasn't something that I ever intended I would do full time. It was something that I enjoyed doing and I did it for my soul. So I developed an interest in art and design. So I went to art school and started pursuing that, and horribly flunked out of art school, and then realized that maybe that's not for me, and then went to the US and pursued my studies in general business. So I mean, my path was I just kept going into whichever path I felt was fine, and then at some point I realized that this was what I wanted to do. So it was almost like, you can say, like I didn't realize that this was it until much later. Yeah. I was always like, discounted as a person. But it's very sad that something like being on national television, headlines today, and Aaj Tak subsequently after that, and being on India Today magazine couple of times, it's sad that validates your sanity to people and makes them look at you in a different way. I mean, I'm the same person I was before television. I'm the same person I'm after that. Spiritually, obviously, I've grown over the years, but I'm still the same person. I'm still that same person, who started my journey with having no money to pay my 2-year-old school fees. I'm still that same person. I grew from that rock bottom. It's just that the platform that I was on kept changing at every point. First there was radio, then there was TV, then there was, my TED talk, and then there was a whole bunch of things. So the platform keeps changing, but you as a person does not change. And that's why it doesn't, like a lot of people asked me after television, after I finished my 1-year stint with Headlines Today, like, don't you feel depressed? That's something that people go through after having the pinnacle of fame and then coming back to like a normal life. I said, "नहीं, it's fine." वो एक phase था, you know, that whole thing. Now it's a different phase. So that never crushed me, because I did not feel that, you know, like it didn't influence who I am as a person. It's the platform that was a different. I did not shrink as a person. My platform shrank. You get it? Yeah. My spiritual path has constantly evolved, from just being a healer to being a psychic to being a tarot card reader, numerologist, and all of that. And then I turned into a life coach. I got certified as a life coach. I authored a book called The Love Mirage. So my journey has constantly evolved. And at one point, I came across Yoruba, and we are sitting in India's first Yoruba temple. And you know, I like they say, right, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So when the soul is ready, then your spiritual teacher also appears. You know, so spiritually, I think when I was seeking for something more profound, I came across Elegua. And you know, basically Yoruba is a 10,000 year tradition, and you know, I mean, people can read up more about Yoruba from the internet. There is a lot of information, good information, and there's a lot of rubbish as well. And you have the 7 orishas, and one of them is Elegua. So he is basically the deity of the crossroads. So and he basically stands at the gate between our world and the spirit world. So when you want something and your road is blocked, you know, you ask Elegua to open the roads for you. Basically, deities are not supreme God, but they're kind of appointed by supreme God to do all the chiller things for humanity. So Elegua is in charge of the crossroads, of obstacles, of opening the path for you. So I wrote this book, and again, this was, you know, during the time that I was doing national television in Delhi. I started writing the book, and I'd keep writing, you know, on little sheets of paper, channeled a lot of information, and I still remember there was one, I was reading the book Conversations with God from Neil Donald Walsh, and I remember and I'm borderline dyslexic. Right, for me that was one of the books that I put so much energy and effort into reading, and that book changed my life, and I started having like my own, you know, relationship with God. And when I started being open to being a channel to channeling information, this 90% of that book is channeled. So it's all about relationships, and it also covers a lot of topics, because I've been through an abusive relationship. I've been through a toxic relationship. Today I'm at a place in my life. I moved to Dubai for 2 years. I moved back. My son is now studying film and acting in the US. Like, I make my choices. I've created my life, and everyone has that power to create their life from nothing. You know, all of the things that you think, all of the excuses that you've made are only excuses that are in here, that you've decided in your mind. I can't do this because I don't have the support. I can't do this because मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है. I can't do this because ये opportunity नहीं है. सब जगह है. If you want to do it, you'll do it. If you don't want to do it, you won't do it.